for you. So we're gonna be tackling about Canada. So allow me to present a short clip about Canada. Sabay-sabay lang nating masaksihan kung ano ba ang in-offer ni Canada. So yun.
Question: who are we? What makes Canada Canada? As a country, we're pretty hard to sum up. And not just because we're really, really, really big, but because we're home to people like this, and this, and also this guy. Seriously, look at this guy. Does he need help? But there's one thing we have in common with each other and with the land we call home. We are open. Not just open for business. No, we are open for business. And not just open to visitors. I mean, we are, but it's more than that. We are open as a people, open as a way of life. In Canada, we celebrate wide open spaces. We embrace new ideas. We welcome our neighbors in more than one language, like this one and this one. We open our hearts to anyone who comes with an open mind, to those who want deeper, more meaningful travel experiences, to those who choose the road less traveled. Excuse me, sir? In Canada, we see tourism as a force for good, a way to spread wealth and well-being far and wide, a way to connect with one another, with nature, with ourselves. Because when we're at our most open, we're at our best. So now it's up to us. Let's inspire the world with our openness. They're gonna see it, hear it, smell it, feel it, and taste it. Clam juice. We'll make sure that when they leave, they'll bring that feeling with them and make the world just a little bit more open. We are Canada.
Alright, so yun, I would like to highlight this one line dun sa clip, no? That Canada is still open. Meron kasi tayong mga nababalitaan na, wala, nagko-close na daw si Canada, nagpapauwi na daw sila ng mga students. So that is very untrue. That's one. Yes, there's the fact na naghumihigpit sila. And ang take lang naman namin doon, it's very, it's very, gets naman kung ba't sila humihigpit. Well, one, kapag hindi sila humigpit, mas madaming papasok na kung sino-sino lang. Kapag pumasok yung kung sino-sino lang, di naman nila alam gagawin. Even, for example na lang, sa bahay niyo, pag papasok kayo ng kung sino-sino lang, di ba, maghihigpit at maghigpit din naman kayo. Well, ganun din naman yung logic na ginawa ni Canada kung bakit sila naghigpit towards their international student. And hindi lang din naman sa international student, but in general, kung naghigpit talaga sila even on their work permit, even on the process of permanent residency and all. So among all of these destinations, no, nung mga binanggit ko, Canada continued to stand out as one of the best choices for international student. So let's explore bakit nga ba pinipili pa din ng Canada, no? Pinipili pa din ng madaming international student ang Canada. So let's talk about the benefits of studying in Canada. Well, number one, world-class education. Well, hindi ko naman sinasabi na hindi world-class education ang makukuha natin from other countries. Pero comparing it to the Philippines, no? Ibang level ng quality education yung ma-receive natin when we study in Canada. Next naman, my opportunity for post-graduation work permit. And then, we can work while studying, affordable tuition fee, high-paying job after study, and permanent residency opportunity. So, nilagay namin dyan na permanent residency opportunity because not everyone will have the opportunity to have their permanent residency after graduation. However, we will help, maybe, tutulungan namin kayo na magkaroon ng mas malaking opportunity or mas malaking chances of having their permanent residency after your studies. Pero meron kasing ibang mga students, again, this is personal, we are personalized immigration officer. Pinapersonalize namin kung ano yung track nyo as a student. Baka mamaya hindi nyo naman pala goal na tumira talaga sa Canada in general. Baka gusto nyo naman pala bumalik dito sa Philippines to still, kumbaga, i-apply yung mga napag-aralan nyo sa Canada and then bumalik dito para gamitin yung mga napag-aralan nyo on your personal use. So, meron po tayong question dito. I'll go back to your question after our session. No? Sagutin po natin yung isa-isa. So, don't worry. I'll keep this presentation as quick as possible para makapag-proceed po tayo sa mga questions. Okay, thank you. Next naman po yung eligibility. Number 1, at least high school graduate or K-12 graduate for the new curriculum. For the old curriculum naman, at least meron po tayong 72 units. And then, we have the academic IELTS and the school records. Ano yung school records? Meron po tayong diploma, TOR, Form 137 if you are from the K-12 graduate. So, yun. And then, kung meron din po mga school sa Canada na hindi naman kailangan ng IELTS. Pero mostly ng mga nangangailangan ng academic IELTS is yung mga courses related to health like nursing, personal support worker, ayan. Then the rest, tumatanggap naman po sila ng MOI or the medium of instruction. And then other documentary requirements. Next is intakes. So meron pong 3 intakes sa Canada. So for our first intake, meron po tayong September, which is the fall intake. O baka gusto niyo namang maramdaman ng lamig ng Canada. Second intake is January, which is the winter intake. And then kung gusto niyo naman maramdaman ng konting init, konti lang yung init sa Canada, we can opt to choose the third intake, which is the May or the summer intake. So bakit ba kailangan natin na malaman yung mga intakes na to? Well, one, kailangan mag-prepare po kasi tayo at least advice na at least 6 months. At 6 months before your intake, kailangan nakapag-decide na tayo saan bang school yung papasukan nyo, anong intake ba yung iti-take nyo, anong school yung mapapasukan nyo, kasi mahaba po yung process ng student pathway sa Canada. Hindi siya biglaan lang na gusto mong mag-aral sa Canada and then the following week makakapag-aral na tayo sa Canada. It doesn't work that way. So katulad din naman dito sa Philippines, no. Yung mga schools natin nag-aano agad sila pre-enrollment at least 3 to 6 months before the actual pasukan. So ganun din sa Canada, no. And then next naman is yung ano ba yung process ng pag-apply towards to student pathway. Well, number 1, magko-collate po muna tayo ng mga documents. Kailangan po namin ng resume, yung mga pong TOR or Form 137, and then the diploma. And then after po nun, i-review po natin yung application nyo. Magmamatch po tayo ng kung saan ba yung school na dapat sa inyo or meron ba kayong in mind na school. Kasi marami po tayong mga madaming considerations sa student when it comes to choosing their colleges or university. Meron kasing mga student na mas gusto nila na mas malapit sa kamag-anak nila. Merong mga gusto nila na kasi yun yung mas magandang place for them. Or baka gusto lang talaga nila yung school kasi aesthetic, mga ganong consideration. And then after naman mag-review, nakapili na tayo ng school, proceed na natin yung application sa school at makaka-receive na po tayo ng letter of offer or the LOO, and then the paying of tuition fee. After ng paying of tuition fee, maghihintay lang po tayo ng 2 weeks to 1 month para ma-receive po ang LOA natin or the letter of acceptance from the institution or the university or the college, and then the provincial attestation letter or the PAL. After po natin ma-receive ang mga documents na yun, magpo-proceed na po tayo sa student visa application, and then after ng student visa application, magkakaroon na po tayo, if ma-approve yung student visa, yun na, welcome to Canada, guys. So, yun. Di ba? Ang bilis. That's basically it for the student pathway for the Canada. So if you have questions, we are now we're gonna be entertaining your questions now.